Trap is that you bought them.
We are missing people. I'm trying to find the right one that this will work for. Okay, that looks better. All right. Welcome back to the Nerdy Playbook. We're back with Blades of Bahamut. We're missing somebody right now, but she should be with us shortly. A couple things to note before we go into our intro. First off, we do have Echoes this Thursday, so if you want to catch up on Echoes and see where the battle's going with that, with Seraphina returning. Same time this Thursday. We only have so many sessions left before the end of the campaign. We'll be doing a big in-person session. It most likely won't be streamed, but we'll record in advance, and then we'll make sure that we have a viewing party for everyone to watch. Nothing else really going on this week, so we'll go into the intro. All right, let me just fix a couple windows real quick.
Yeah, it did seem drafty in here.
It's this guy.
Oh, that's cool. I'm Apollo Hades. What's up, guys?
Actually, just Hades now.
now.
Just
oh man,
yes.
I'm my fiance.
Oh!
Hey, I got this since they're out here.
All right, so
Diabolical.
we'll have Zephania join us shortly. Unfortunately, life gets in the way, or because my wife is watching Jurassic Park upstairs, life finds a way.
That's exactly what I thought I was going.
I'll use that joke in a totally different context usually.
I remember that.
Last we left off, you guys defeated Deimos, was able to free Soma from his affliction by the Dark Orb, and you decide to claim the throne of Shadowfell, no matter who the fuck cared. The council was not a big fan of it, but with the assistance of Howard, one of the scribes, he offered assistance to try to find out the details of how this will work. Y'all were given noble quarters to stay in. Dahlia got what would be her future suite, but is currently right now still belongs to Deimos, even though he's dead. Time before the council meeting the next day, as they can figure out as much information possible to deal with this in the most proper way that the Shadowfell laws are deemed to be. With that, there was planned to be a big dinner. Unfortunately, a lot of people got distracted by different relationships and the things you do in relationships, and Dira made it down first, and eventually with some tension between Dahlia and Soma, they eventually go down. After so far, it was decided that maybe there should be a gala the next day to just announce to everyone that Dahlia is the queen and just get it over with. Afterwards,
We haven't gotten there yet.
Yep, we're not there yet. No.
Yeah.
Everybody goes back to bed, and the long rest ensues. Some longer rests than others, and it is the morning. With Sophia sleeping in due to Hades now having enough stamina to really take her to Pound Town, we'll
Gentleman never tells.
No, but the DM does.
yes. So we'll first, if Hades wants to do anything by leaving the bed first, or do you want to wait till Sophia arrives?
I'll wait. If Sophia shows up, then we can come down together. If people do stuff and they aren't awake yet, then he'll come down.
Okay. We will go to Dira then. I will also say at the time, because you guys went to bed so late, it's probably almost noon.
Okay, well, I am going to get up, I think, look around, see if anybody else is up yet. If I don't see anyone, which
Nobody
I
yet.
suspect I won't, because if Dahlia's up, she's busy.
I will actually say Silica's up. He's just kind of roaming the halls right now, just kind of...
Oh, okay.
It looks like he's just talking to himself.
Hey, Silic? You know this place. Do you know where the stables are?
Yeah. Down the steps, all the way down, go back to where we came up. Head left. The smell grab your attention.
Okay, thank you. I'm just going to go check on Obsidian. How are you this morning, by the way?
I trying to do my best to kind of center myself. I'm not very comfortable here. Only got probably about a couple hours of sleep.
Oh, sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully things will get a little more settled soon. Maybe it'll be a little more hospitable to you now.
Yeah, we'll see.
That we will.
You know
All right,
what?
I'll see you in a bit.
I'll tell you what. I'll go down with you. I'm going to go get something to eat, but I'll always walk you down, as he says.
All right, appreciate that. Oh, this left. Okay.
Yeah. That way. Don't you smell it? Oh, that's right. I'm not too fond of horses. You are. Yeah. That way. I'm gonna grab some coffee and see what they got for food.
All right. See you soon.
All right. See ya.
And I'm just going to go in there and check on Obsidian, and I'm going to check that they fed him and took care of him. I mean, he is, technically a little hard to do bad things to,
Yeah.
but I'm going to check on him anyway.
He is kind of a diamond in the rough between the other horses in here, as most of the horses in here are war horses that have more of like a black and kind of like hell, kind of like what is the creature called where they're hell horses? I can't think of what they are, but the
Nightmares.
yes, thank you, nightmares. Yeah,
Nightmares,
a lot
okay.
of them are very much of the nightmare breed, so they definitely are having like the red, orange, and black coloration, where yours is definitely like the
He's just black.
just
Big
completely
shiny black.
Some of them actually look like they are kind of like excluding them out from the communique a bit.
I mean, he's a celestial spirit, so that's not entirely surprising.
Sure.
But it's all right, buddy. I know it's not exactly the most friendly place here, but I'll see if I can find like an apple for him or something, and just
Yeah, I could go for an apple. He started talking to you.
you can talk.
I've always been able to talk.
Why are you deciding to do that just now?
I've always been talking, just haven't been listening.
Listen to you.
Well, maybe you just weren't doing anything about it.
All right. Well, I will find you an apple, sir.
That'd be great. Thanks.
And I go look for an apple. Is there something around the stables, or do I need to go back in
there is further away from you came. There is like a supply like room that has like carrots, apples, hay bales, the whole nine that are kind of like all put together, and they're kind of like each in different bundles and baskets and stuff like that.
All right. Well, I will go get him an apple. So, they treating you right here? Now I can ask you instead of just looking, I guess.
I mean, as right as I could be, and this is a weird place.
It's
a little
very
off.
weird. It's a very weird place, and I apologize for that, but
It's all right. It's all right.
I guess it's going to be home for Dahlia now.
She's gonna stay here?
I don't know, but she's the queen here now, I guess. Didn't think through too much about what that meant, but
So what does that make you then?
I hope,
You like
she has.
like a royal knight or something like that?
Don't think so. Ain't something we've discussed.
You think there'd be something that
I
you would
mean-
get out of the deal, right? Like you helped her get like the throne, you should be getting something compensation, right?
Well, I don't know what I'd want from here, but
I mean,
I'd rather just,
I heard
have her
about a lot of
decide.
gold. Get money if you just need money for your travels. You could go all over the place. We don't need them. We can just go running off wherever.
Well, we can't do that. Well, I suppose we could, but wouldn't end too well.
All right, well, you know best. Just merely just noms on the apple. You start
Well, I don't
figuring
know
out that
about
it's not
that.
physical speak that he's doing, but something more telepathic.
Okay. Well, I don't know about that, but I'll do my best. Well, now that I know we can do this, I guess you can call me if there's any trouble. I can hear you for a mile, so
I mean, sure. I mean, I think I'm fine in here, but yeah. I mean, if you can hear me, then I'll
I
make
can.
sure I be
All right.
like, dear help, and then see if you respond.
All right. Well, you take care and give him a scratch between the ears.
Oh, that's nice.
All right. Well, I best go find some breakfast myself. You relax now, because we've probably got a whole lot more adventuring to come.
All right. So you head back
And
in.
I make my rather bemused way back up to where the food is.
You start hearing now what you didn't hear before in the direction of where Silic went. Light sounds of like sounds of dinnerware and silverware kind of clanking against each other as you eventually get into a room that you see Silic along with what looks like maybe a couple pieces, a couple people on that's part of the staff that are eating some food at like a smaller table. It's not like one of the royal tables. This is kind of like where the workers actually go to eat, and he's eating with them right now.
More hospitable to me than I think any of the fancy schmancy stuff that we've been doing. So I will. Do you mind if I join you?
Oh, absolutely. And he just kind of kicks the chair, pushes it open for you to sit down.
Thank you. This is
And
a little bit more my scale.
everything here is kind of like family style, so he immediately just kind of assumes you're going to want everything. So it's kind of like a big, huge scramble thing as he starts pouring stuff on top of a plate with you with like some sausage and bacon and slides it towards it.
This looks a little bit more my scale than some of the other stuff that's going around here. I gotta tell you that.
It's going to be weird around here, I tell you.
Well, imagine there'll be a lot of changes.
Yeah, you assume so. I mean, we'll see what happens.
You don't think so?
Well, I mean, hopefully it all works out and hopefully the changes will work out, but these council members have been around for a long time and let's say they're a bit of a stick in the mud about a lot of rules.
You think they'll push her to do things a certain way?
I mean, she's strong enough to know that if they're not going to follow suit, either get rid of them or, well, get rid of them.
Didn't think too much about what she was taking on with this. But
Well, it is.
I guess she knew.
It's a bit of a leap. I know more than my fair share of how this whole system works around here, and I mean, when there's been one king for over 1,000 years, and it's been solely that person, and someone comes in and take it over, you're going to assume there's going to be some, well, I guess you can say civil dispute.
Yeah, I reckon so. Well, I guess we just play it where it lies.
Down here and figure out what's going on.
That I know how to do. All right, then. Guess we better fuel up for it.
All right.
And I dig in.
Okay. We'll go over to Dahlia.
I would say I've been up for a little bit,
Okay.
only to find the interior designer of this palace and tell her I need everything renovated.
Everything. Well, I mean, it's a lot.
Not everything. I understand, and that's gonna obviously take some time. But the dreariness, the gothic tapestries, the red. I feel like it's a little outdated. Maybe some purple.
This is the Shadowfell.
Everywhere?
So
Yeah, purple goes great with the Shadowfell.
okay. Okay.
Look, I don't expect this done in a night, but I wanted to bring this idea to you.
Oh, good. Oh, good. All
When's
right.
the last time that this place has been updated?
I wasn't born.
Yeah,
So
me neither.
I mean,
probably.
Master Deimos was very particular about his aesthetic choice, and it didn't really change much. But I guess.
Don't you want something new and exciting? Challenge your creativity?
I mean, I've never been given the opportunity before.
Then this sounds like a fun opportunity for you. I'm going to let you have a little bit of creative freedom with it, if you will. You need to start with the royal master quarters, though.
You're gonna let
I
me
think that's the first place.
make decisions?
I will let you have some creative freedom with it, absolutely. Thinking more modern, a lot more purple.
Purple.
Purples, blacks, golds, and silvers.
Purples,
How about
blacks, golds, and silvers. Okay.
Nothing over the top, but a little bit of a modern twist. Maybe something a less archaic. Look, I have the goal. Haven't quite talked to everyone on the council yet, but I do have a goal that there should be some festivities tonight, and maybe we should get a little head start on that as well.
Okay.
You feel like this is something you're up for the task of?
Redecorating? I mean, if you're willing to give me the opportunity to, I will shine like the only star we have in our sky.
I trust you.
All right. I will take care of it. As she immediately just bows and she immediately runs off. As she starts like pulling up a stone, she's like, all right, I need everyone to assemble downstairs. We got a lot of work to do. As she immediately starts running downstairs.
I hope this wasn't a poor decision.
Okay. So you tasked her for redecorating.
Yeah, I just look the I can't stay in the royal chambers. They just look too grandpa for me. And that's a little weird because like I want to sleep in his bed. The sheets haven't even been changed. It's a little I don't like that. So definitely want that changed. Preferably sooner. And then I have my little Dahlia plans for a party. So
okay.
Once that is issued to the I'm sure lovely fabulous interior designer that is going to be an interior designer for a reason because she's so awesome. I'm going to then join breakfast.
Okay. As you enter into where Silic and Dira and a couple of the workers are, as soon as they see you, they immediately stand up and they immediately bow and they pretend like they weren't eating on the job.
Eddies, you can get your breakfast if you want.
Immediately one of them just whispers to Silic, is she serious? Yeah, sit your ass down. Yeah, she's fine. Oh, all right. They sit back down, start eating again really slowly, very skeptical about what's going on.
I appreciate the formalities, but this is a new era.
Silic just like kind of like whispers, it's going to take them some time. Even if the council approves of everything, they've been used to something for a long time. Just give them a bit.
Understandable. I'll sit at the head of the table.
Okay. Silic immediately just puts a plate in front of you and starts pouring on the mixture of eggs, bacon, sausage, and all different kind of goodies on the one plate.
I mean, I could do it myself.
No, it's been done. Get up.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
Thank you.
Get up, my queen. He starts eating back.
We talked about this last night. You don't.
I just kind of snicker on my mouthful of food.
Thank you, loyal subject.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it?
Speaking of which, how's this gonna work? Are we now like employed through you now, or are you just gonna be the queen? We're just gonna get the fuck out of here. Like what's?
Whoa. Well, we need to have our council meeting, which I figured we'd convene whenever everyone was here and finished eating. And then we go from there. I have plans, but kind of need to figure out what page they're on.
Okay. At this point, someone starts walking down. Mooney? Does it sound at a chair?
Morning.
Seems like a few people are kind of like, as he's passing through and some of the employees walk by, they kind of give him a wide berth. He sits down. Oh, good, food. Starts pouring some down for himself. Just starts eating, doesn't really say much. Just kind of greets everyone. Morning, everyone. Hopefully everybody had a lovely night. Is this everyone?
Bed was nice.
It was a good night. Sophia and Hades, have you seen them? I look between Dira and Zilic particularly.
I'm sure
Nope, not
based
yet.
on their acrobatics from last night, they probably need some extra sleep. I'm sorry, acrobatics in this morning, they need some extra sleep.
Were they climbing something?
I'm sure one of them was, but yeah.
Oh, I don't have sending anymore, but
oh man, that's like the prime Dahlia spell.
I have message, but I think it's.
You're gonna get to the end of the day with spell slots and wonder how that happened.
Classic Dahlia.
Hades just gonna counterspell it. It's like, nope.
I imagine they are not within 120 feet of us.
No.
So
She's a warlock. She doesn't have that many spell slots.
I don't, but luckily it's a cantrip, but unluckily they're too far away.
Yeah, they're like 4 levels above you. So yeah, no, unless they were directly above you, which they wouldn't be, there would be no way you could reach them.
I kind of look around uncomfortably, and then I'm like, could you take a message for me? And I point to one of the guards.
They immediately stand up and take down a scroll and the quill.
Oh, I just meant to like physically present that they're
just throws it behind him.
by
Okay.
the Queen for a council meeting this morning, and they look like they're not here yet.
So
they might need a little.
Which rooms are they in?
I know what rooms they're in, but like I as a player don't know, so I just tell them what
all right.
they are.
All right, I'll have my way up. And then he starts moving. As the guard has very heavy armor, so he's not very stealthy. So he's going up here and the click, 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 click. Eventually starts
pick the lighter armor one.
starts walking upstairs, full sword, and the only thing that he's not wearing is the helm. Makes his way. Before he reaches there, Zephynia, Hades, anything you want to do in your room? To let you know, Zephynia, it is noon.
Hang up then. Panicking that it is that late.
It is quite all right to sleep in every once in a while.
Really nice to sleep in, but noon? We slept till noon?
Well, we were up pretty late
Fair.
and up early.
Yeah. I guess we should grab some breakfast.
That would probably be wise. I know there was a bunch of issues with that whole council business. I think that was happening today.
Oh, yeah. Back to real life, I guess, right?
Yeah, back to real life. But not everything about it's bad. He kind of glances over at you.
No, not everything's bad. She'll walk over and give him a kiss and then go get dressed and get ready.
He starts putting stuff on.
Mainly at that point, you start hearing a heavy, like bracer and iron glove just start pounding on the door. Good morning. The queen is expecting your presence downstairs. Are we awake?
The queen is expecting our presence. We'll
Yes.
be down shortly.
All right.
This is going to be awkward because I didn't get her anything.
I guess we shouldn't keep Her Majesty waiting, should we?
I'll be standing out here to escort you on your way down. You just see the shadowing at the door. Just plant his feet down on the opposite side of the hall.
I think we'll be fine coming down on our own. We appreciate the escort, but
that's all right.
you can
I got all
return
day.
to your post.
That's all right. I love to serve.
Okay.
Is this what we have to get used to with her being queen of the Shadowfell?
I suppose when we are here, that's possible, but so it's just. I guess we'll just take a day at a time.
She might need some new staff.
Oh, that's overstating some things.
You about ready to head down?
Yeah, let me just put my coat on. That's right, suckers.
We'll head on down.
Okay, doors open. You just see a man in full steel armor. Just looks at you. Perfect. I will lead you down to our queen. Starts stomping forward in a march formation, assuming that you're following.
I look over at him. He's like, really?
I mean, we could really mess with this guy, but I'm not going to. I'll be nice.
Are you sure? It would be
I mean, I can if you want. That's up to you.
We'll just follow him.
Okay. As you eventually get downstairs, you see that he bypasses the main dining area until you eventually get to like a back crew quarters where everybody's actually eating with some of the staff. My queen, I brought your two guests with us, with myself. As he just gestures over to them as you guys pass around.
Oh, good morning.
I'm gonna very jokingly bow to her, Your Majesty.
Yes.
And then
everyone's
when I
still-
We
stand
both
up,
were
I'll
doing
probably
that?
see Soma and just glare.
Someone just starts eating
Wow.
fast.
I'll
No, you're not supposed to be doing that, dear. Don't.
Okay.
your grand poobah. And he'll like bow for a second, then go sit down.
All right. Yes. Everyone, get the jokes out now.
So do
They'll
we
last
expect an
longer.
escort every morning, Your Majesty?
No, it's just there's a lot of things to do today, and some things we need to talk about. And you two had a very busy evening and morning and other things, so I just figured it would be faster.
Soldier just interrupts. It's like the soldier was instructed to make sure you weren't still sleeping in. You know, you had a rough night. Totally had it.
We're up, we're down, we're here.
Up, down, got it. All right. Well, everyone's here.
Dira, do we
Yeah.
want to talk about the thing with Anna before or after this council meeting?
Thing with I don't know. Probably before, I guess. Supposed to be here somewhere. Is that above table? Is that what we're talking about? That he's
Yeah.
supposed to be here somewhere?
The
Okay.
thing that we were talking about at the end of last session.
So
Yeah.
to remind you,
He's usually here.
that if you guys want to pursue getting all the blades, you still need anima, and he's somewhere in the Shadowfell.
Right. I mean,
But you guys
I
haven't
don't know
discussed
much
yet your strategy. If you wanted to absorb all the power, or if you wanted to just get all the blades, or if you just want to avoid it.
Yeah. I guess we should have them all in one place. Yeah, it sounds like the folks from that other team have some of them, so gather them all up and get there and figure out what we're doing sometime before then, I suppose. But yeah.
Wait, I'm sorry, but was there new information in regards to the blade and anima? I don't believe that we were there for that.
Oh, I guess he's been hanging out in the Shadowfell, or usually is here, is what we're told. So if we're going to gather up blades, he's one that needs gathering.
Absorbing. I wouldn't say no to that.
He's one that I cannot say would bother me a bit to do that to.
Is there a new... It sounds like we may have learned some things. Is there something in regards to absorbing or not absorbing the blades?
Well, if you... I still ain't sure, 100% sure I understand what he said. I look around kind of at the servants.
Hey, Dal, can you dismiss people?
I realized that we're in the wrong room.
Maybe we should table this for a little bit.
Maybe we should just discuss this after the council meeting.
All right. Yeah. And I'll try to think about it. I didn't know if you wanted to bring it up then, but it don't seem like it's something that they need to know.
Maybe not in front of them, given how tense yesterday was. Seems like there's a lot to unpack there in and of itself.
All right. We talk about it after.
Do we want more time to eat? And I'm particularly looking at Zephany and Hades.
I am demolishing the food that is in front of me.
Stretch out the mouth. Just put it right here.
Full Shaggy. Yeah, no, I mean, I think he's like Hades. I'm probably eating a little bit, but I'd be like, is there a set time that we're supposed to meet them currently, or?
We did say morning yesterday, and it's about noon now, so preferably sooner rather than later. I'm already stepping on their toes by existing, I feel like.
I will take a couple quick bites and just be like, good enough.
You could take it
I'm not
with
even
you.
really that hungry.
Probably.
I'm not really that
way
hungry.
ahead of you. I have a roll. I'm eating as I'm walking.
Shoves breadsticks into bag.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And that's how Olive Garden started.
Shadowfell.
When you're here, you're home.
I'll look for the... Is the particular guard that I just sent off on a message errand, is he back?
Yeah, he's back.
He escorted them back.
Yeah, he is.
I like to him and a couple of the other guards and just... I believe it is time to call the council to order. I don't know if... Forgive me for being a little new at this. Don't know if I should tell you or if there's a designated person that rounds them all up. But we were
Or
agreed to
place.
meet this morning. Or place. Also a place.
They just kind of like look confused. Silk just kind of interrupts. Just tell them to get all the council people together. We'll meet in the council chambers. I'll show you where to go.
It is time to gather the council members. We're going to meet in the council chamber.
Oh, fantastic!
If you
I
could
will. We'll
Pass on the message.
Fantastic. We will get them all assembled. Immediately, bound. They start heading off to different directions, trying to retrieve the council members.
Thanks. And I look at Silic like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, unfortunately, I know a lot about this stuff. We should probably start heading over there. It's probably not the greatest if we're the last ones to show up.
All right. Everyone ready?
Yeah. Straighten my armor, take kind of behind her shoulder. And
Breadsticks
follow.
in my mouth. Also glaring at Soma every so often.
Soma just looks.
Been trying to visit.
Someone's just ignoring you at this point. He's just like, you know what? Whatever. And he just keeps moving on. Still
I'm just trying to impose myself between Z and Soma.
I
Um,
Looks at you, smiles, looks at Soma, glares, back at you, smiles.
Still looks like it's leading the way. You start wondering where he's heading off to as you eventually head outside to like the gardens. And then eventually, as he puts his hand like on this specific totem that's there as like a centerpiece to like a fountain, much like a puzzle piece on the ground, stairwells start to fall around the fountain itself in a circular fashion, going considerably far, almost like a DNA strand. As they're all done, as Cecilia just looks at, my lady, just gestures for you to lead on.
Certainly would have never figured out where that was without you. Thank you again. Okay. Let's go. And she starts walking in.
Okay. Due to some people already come in before they've been summoned, you already hear a procession of at least 10 voices at the bottom of this stairwell. Till you eventually get down there and you start to notice that this council chamber is very much like a dark ritual room. Roughly about 80 feet in a circular fashion. Kind of looks like a... excuse me. It kind of looks like a large exterior-wise round table. And where anyone that is not part of the council or is of royal sits in the center, as immediately some of the soldiers gesture to everyone except for Dahlia to sit down in the center seats, as you are gestured, Dahlia, to where to sit for your royal seat.
Are there spare seats right or left of me that are open?
It looks like there's one, and it's the same size as yours.
I am going to stand behind you on just a bit to the right.
And I will guide Soma to then stand to the left, and I will take the center seat.
Okay. Immediately, at this point, there's only a couple people who did not show up that are now coming after the acquisition of time, till eventually it looks like each person who's the council member is lighting a torch, and after every torch is done, the stairs re-engage back up, so it's a closed session.
Is Howard here?
Howard is there. He is sitting in the crowd of essentially non-nobles. There's a couple other mages there and scribes. Looks like he has 3 other companions there with him, all younger like he is, and it looks like he's tasking them to at least hold a bunch of his stuff, as they are holding each like about like 10, maybe 12 per person of different kind of scrolls and tapestries and different things of information. He just kind of waves at you. He's just like, if you need it, kind of like that, as he kind of gestures it to you. Immediately, a gentleman steps up who's not part of the nobles, but it looks like he is sitting in a kind of like a central spot in this in the main area. Gentleman, grayish hair, very aged, wrinkly. He's still pretty spry, standing up at a very straight up stance, but his horns are curved as a ram shape. Very skinny beard, kind of braided down a little bit, as he just takes a cane. He starts walking forward, as he immediately just takes a gavel and just smacks it down on a podium. Everyone is in attendance. Discussion of this council meeting is as follows. Previous master and lord has fallen in combat. His granddaughter, Dahlia, is taken upon herself to claim rights to the title of King Queen of the Shadowfell. Being the slayer, being the first one to touch it, it is now debated whether or not this is a rightful choice to be taken, or if other choices have to be taken into account. Council members, welcome. My queen, as he looks directly at you, you have the floor, and from then on, we'll work from there.
Thank you. I guess we will just put it bluntly. I have a rightful claim to the throne. I have taken it. I have taken power from the throne, and I have sat upon it and killed Deimos in battle. Is there any argument as to why I cannot have the rightful title?
As an immediate tiefling, very overly extravagated in jewelry over the horns, nose, ears, rings, the whole nine. Emily steps up. Not the gentleman that you spoke with the previous day, but someone else. This one looks like, someone who was born with platinum spoon. Emily stands up. This is a travesty. We've never had a female in charge of any of these realms at all. Even the Feywild themselves has a male leader. What says that we can have a female lead the Shadowfell that has been male-led for close to 5,000 years? As immediately another person responds that seems to be working off of this conversation. A female, red hair, very narrow horns, and looks like she shaves them down to make it more extravagant for a look. Immediately like, agreed, saying that I'm the only female council member here, and I say that we should not have a female lead. In times like these, we need to stay strong, and this is not strong. This is weak.
What was weak was Deimos, which is why I put a blade through his skull. The throne has chosen me. I've absorbed its powers. I don't understand what the issue is. The throne doesn't seem to disagree. The powers of the Shadowfell are with me now. Is this an archaic rule that we have, or is there just disagreement to change here?
Another one speaks to one that talked to you the previous day. Rules are rules, whether they're archaic or not. If they need to be changed with the previous ruler, then it could be changed there. But the rules are as they are. Just because you take the throne does not mean you can change the rules. The rules had to be changed before you took the throne. And that is what is being debated.
Howard, what do the rules factually say?
Oh, perfect. He immediately gets up. He's like, up. He starts getting up and he kind of immediately just like summons like this table and he's like trying to use magic real quickly. It's like, oh shit. And then like one of the legs breaks. Like, damn it, I'm stuck in this. Quick, help me out. He immediately like takes out a wand. He summons like a table there. And he immediately just starts throwing down all these different things. 1 second. And he starts. Here we go. Right. So, it is deemed that the rightful ruler, as long as they have blood descent and that they were given the throne by birthright, they are allowed to take the throne. He didn't name a successor. As immediately they just start all like throwing their hands up the air and it's debating so much you can't understand what they're saying. It is now a question of if he did not will it to somebody else, someone else now wants to take the throne. And now they're fighting over the throne themselves, thinking that they can take it.
I'm going to let the madness ensue for about 10 more seconds, and then I'm going to stand to my feet and just yell, "Quiet!" And I'm going to use thaumaturgy to broadcast that
Immediately.
over the entire campus.
Most of them stop. There is one that kind of gets a little insulted by it, which was the female that spoke before. She just kind of looks and she gives it kind of like a little bit of a stare, and then she sits down very slowly. Stay quiet. Roll me intimidation.
Nice. Okay, good roll. Good first roll. 22.
Okay. Take a little quiet. Some of them looking like they are afraid of if you're able to kill Deimos, are you going to take them out? And some of them are more afraid of what could happen if you get power.
Deimos refusing to name a successor is one of the many short sights in his reign. I do intend to rectify that on the throne. And I do tend to ensure the future of not just the entire realm, but the lineage as well, when the time comes. You ask for a direct blood descendant? I'm right here. So there's only one of those two things that I do not qualify for, but nobody in this room, or in the realm for that matter, qualifies for it because Deimos never did it. What more argument do you need? I took the throne, I killed him, and I'm now sitting here, willing to work with you, peacefully, to find solutions to better the realm. And you don't like me because I'm a woman? That's your only issue.
The first one to speak
What
and the
says
one
in the rules that I have to be a man?
the two males that spoke to you, the one that talked first and the one that talked to you the previous day, both interrupt. Then they said, well, still, before this happened, before you decided to take your grandfather off the throne, he promised us power. We were promised that Shadowfell was going to take up the rightful ruler over the Averant realm. And what are you going to do? Are you going to give us that power? Are you going to follow his promises?
How do you not know those were empty promises?
We trusted him. He's been our king for a long time.
He failed you. And he failed you. He was a puppet on a string for Kokopio. And it is my mission to take her down permanently. It is our mission, and I gesture to the rest of our group, to make sure that she leaves her hands off of the Shadowfell. Because she's coming for it. She wants it. So you can decide. Deimos' rightful heir, blood lineage and all, connected to the throne, ruling it, willing to work with you, willing to have peace, or crazed god that's been fractured into bits that wants to control everything and destroy everything. There is a bigger threat out there, and it is not me.
Three of them stand up. First one spoke to you, the one talked to you the previous day, and the female. Step up. We will not be here for this travesty. We will not be sitting on a council that's going to be weak. As they start walking off. They leave.
The weak links are the ones that have just parted with us. So what say the rest of you?
Soma whispers to you, is there anything you want me to do? He just gestures to his sword.
I cast message back. Maybe later.
Just steps back. The rest of them look at you. One of them now speaks up, another one who didn't speak before. One that's a little bit older. Perhaps if we knew you better. It'd be one thing if it was your brother. Not specifically based on gender, but because we know him. We know nothing about you. You weren't born here. And from what we understand, you've only spent at most a week here. You know very little about the Shadowfell. Perhaps if we knew more about you, perhaps if we got some time to understand your thought and what your plans are, perhaps we could be more comfortable with the situation at hand.
And that is what I intend for this council meeting to be, and all of the ones in the future. I understand that. There's no direction. There wasn't any direction. And the one calling the shots was a fake. And I don't want to be that.
And just to imply...
I want to...
Sorry, Richard. Just to imply, with three of them leaving, added to the elder that introduced everyone, there's only one council member you're speaking to now.
I love that for me. And then he just died.
Just...
Then I will speak to you personally. What would it take to convince the others?
Give me a persuasion check for him.
Please be good. Okay, we can work with this. we can fucking work with this. I forgot how high my persuasion is now. That's a 31.
Well, if I may, you've already lost favor with 3 of the council members, but they are the youngest of us, and I'm the oldest. I would recommend, if my recommendation shows any weight, that you let them leave. You are a new queen to a very ancient throne. Make a statement. Get new council members.
I don't suppose any of you want to be council members. And I look to the rest of the group.
Slick just raises his hand. Well, I was planning to help out.
I think maybe you'll want somebody who knows more about here, but still it makes sense.
Would you say, Sophia?
Being stuck here is part of it. I'll be here for you, Dahlia, but I'm not living here.
I will definitely say that Sophia and both Hades, there is an uncomfortability about being in the Shadowfell for you.
I'd rather get out sooner than later.
It's a nice place to visit, but I'm afraid I would not want to live here.
Alrighty. Well,
Feel like the folks that you're ruling should be the ones you look to for that.
understandable.
Howard,
Silly?
you seem intelligent and impartial.
I try.
Like over at Dahlia.
Then we have 2 new council members. And we'll just have to find a seat for 1 more.
I'm sorry. 2? Wait. What, me?
Would you like the promotion?
You
You don't have to take it.
I'm just a humble scribe. I mean, like, this is quite a leap. Are you sure?
And I can be council member.
Mealy drops everything right on his friend's laps. Thank you. Mealy bows.
And if you have recommendations, there is a room for 1 more. And I look at his scribe friends and mages.
He just.
But that's something we can tackle later.
All right. Of course.
So, new council members and returning. I will have to get his name later.
Who?
The one guy that's here for me. That one Team Dahlia guy.
His name is Khalil. Kalil. If you need to know his last name, it's Palin. Palin.
Alrighty. Well, I gesture to my super awesome council that I didn't just majority make 5 minutes ago. Well, with those matters settled, I suppose, there is one thing I did want to convene and discuss with the council before me and my friends should discuss other things. With the changing in rulership and also some happy events, and I gestured to Zephinia more so to like her ring. And for the celebration of life, and I look to Hades, I propose before we move to stop Cacopio once and for all, we have 1 more night of celebration. I think we should hold the gala tonight.
Actually, sounds like a pretty pleasant idea.
Here,
after
here.
all we've
I'm sure Paulo would appreciate that, and it would be a good opportunity for you to announce the removal of some cabinet members and the promotion of others.
And everybody likes a party. That'll make you more popular, right?
I like parties, so figure it's a fitting way for a new era in more ways than one. I may have already started talking to the interior designer to start setting things up, so those council members are going to be very confused when they go into the main hall and see that there are things being set up. But that's their loss. Does anyone have an issue with it? Then that's settled. Is there anything else that we need to discuss? Any rules in particular or something I'm missing? I look to Howard in particular.
I do bring up, a tiny, just a little thing. It's a technicality. The rules do say that betrothal is kind of required.
Betrothal, marriage.
Yeah.
For full ascension? Or
it's kind of like a stipulation. You can only get so much from the throne by yourself. I know. You want to be a queen, but unfortunately, the power is left with the king, and it does need at least the king to at least fully get all the power. You can change the rules after that, but it is the rule that was there.
And what, is someone going to stop me if I try to take full power from the throne?
Well, from what I understand, I don't think you physically can. I mean, there's a possibility that it could work, but there could be an implosion or craziness or who knows. Yeah, I don't know if you really want to test it.
And you know this for certain.
I mean, it's theories. Again, it's based on mathematics and different magics that we know. I mean, again, the throne has only been taken by one person, and no offense, but a male. So the throne is fully entwined and attuned with your grandfather, and I dare say that you could certainly try, but that's completely on you.
I mean, we have healing spells, Dahlia. Why not just take over? I can't see you exploding, trying to sit on a throne.
With something as ancient as the powers of the Shadowfell, I am not sure a healing spell is going to bypass that. Am I right, Howard?
I mean, you're not wrong. Magic works differently around here, and if it comes to the throne, it's probably going to be a little more difficult. I wouldn't say impossible, but you never know. I would say also too, if I may, as a now part of the council, I would recommend that at least as a political, political gain, to gain some favor, it probably wouldn't hurt to not change too many things in one day. Maybe even just for show.
All right. I think maybe this is the discussion we should table for now, but
Of course.
I guess it's something that we will have to talk about in the future. Anything else? Anybody?
Nobody.
Before private matters. Look to Howard and my new boy, Khalil.
They just shake their heads.
Alrighty then. We'll have a gala at sunset tonight. They're already making preparations. You both are invited, your council members. Best attire. And I'm looking forward to seeing you there. I appreciate you both being here.
Immediately, the elder walks forward and immediately slams down the gavel. Then council processions are ended as the immediately flames go out. The stairwell opens up.
There is a discussion my friends and I need to have pertaining to other matters. We will leave after, close up shop. I look around at this archaic room.
Everyone leaves except for the main group.
Once they're gone and the stairs eviscerate, I look to everyone, mainly Dira.
I just kind of flop in a chair like, oh, this is a lot. Alright. So, catch everybody up. I had a little talk with Ultimaeus last night, and seems like there's a couple of choices. I could feed all of the blades, or all of some of the blades, or whatever, to be absorbed by Ultima. Or we could collect them up and use them all in this ritual to strip Bahamut of his powers and apparently give him to whoever does the ritual. I don't really understand what that seems like. It means a lot. It's big. He said the other group was already at the cradle, he calls it, or on their way there anyway. And I know they got some of the blades with them. I kind of nod over to Dahlia. We got yours. Nod to Hades. We got yours. Got Kazshimi. I just kind of gestured in my backpack. I don't know what to do. This is all so big.
So our choices are to, keep the blades or participate in this ritual?
And I guess, I don't know, is that the way that we take Cacopial down?
I mean, if we take
Is
it
it-
down, if it's a way,
Is it only Bahamut's power that can do that? And he said taking his power, Bahamut will die. Are we talking about removing all the gods?
haven't really been much help to any of us so far.
Well, not being help, I don't know if that's a reason to on its own.
Surely it can't be the new gods, just Cacopial and Armoros and the elder gods.
And Bahamut.
Which, I mean, what use are they anyway?
Ain't about use. I mean, Cacopial, we know everything she's done. I ain't got no beef with the difference with taking her out. Armoros, I don't know, she seems determined to protect her sister. That might be necessary, but we don't know that much about Bahamut. I mean, he made that, they're his children. I don't know what, seems like he ain't done much at all, left them to do what they want, but
Is that not reason enough?
is it?
We can take them out if the world is better with them not in it, then we have a means to do so. It's one god out of many.
I suppose.
To get rid of Copial, to get rid of Armoros.
I missed this. Is there a drawback to taking Bahamut's power at all?
I don't reckon the person who takes it'll live very long. Ain't something we're meant to have.
I look to Soma to encourage his input if he has any.
From what I understand, if you put the blades in the cradle, you summon Bahamut's power into Ultima. The wielder gets a little bit of control over it and is able to essentially control his power for X amount of time depending on the wielder. There is no specific rules to this, is that nobody knows. But from what I understand is that the wielder of the blade, if they take the powers by force, depending on how they do that, they could be attuned to it more properly the longer they hold it. Take one power at a time, and another power, etc., etc., etc. Possibly your body could adapt to it.
You mean like taking one blade at a time?
Correct.
So we don't need them physically separate?
No,
For this
I mean,
thing?
if you choose to drain the power of my sword and destroy the housing, the power goes into Ultima, and I mean, you only have one power. You get attuned to that blade, and then maybe a little time later, then you take another one, and so on and so forth. Think of it as a little bit here or there instead of all of it at once. Your body's attuning to it other than just the jolt of powerful energy.
Okay, well that makes a little more sense. I don't know, I never quite... Ultimaeus is weird. It seems like he's talking straight, but I don't understand what he says half the time.
Most of the blades themselves just want to be free. And some of them will lie to get free, some of them will tell the truth, some of them will give you riddles. They just want to be free.
No. Maybe he'd figure out he'll get that more if he's straight with me, but maybe he don't know how to be. I don't know.
To understand a god, many have tried.
Maybe he thinks I'm smarter than I am. Anyhow, that makes that a little clearer. Makes my job a little easier. Ain't gonna try and carry this thing around separate.
If you can absorb a blade's power, say Animus, for example, regardless of the overall goal, it would surely help us against Cacopial. And if he's here in the Shadowfell and Dahlia zones out for a second, I may be able to track him through the throne.
I have no problem whatsoever with taking out Anima.
No. That, and it removes powerful weapons for people that we'd rather not use. Takes away from them using it.
As Soma responds, if I may, why haven't you actually absorbed Kazushimi?
I didn't understand. I still don't 100% understand, but I think I understand a little better now what it means to do that. And whether it would mean that we couldn't do the other thing.
Now, here's the possible stipulation that you might have. Until the powers are together, much like doing the ritual itself, the body still exists. So, if you absorb Kazushimi, you'll have two bodies inside that blade, not one. Just so you know.
Oh. They ain't going to get along too well, are they?
Well, they're siblings. I think they'll get along as best as a sibling can. Which, on my brother and sister, well, yeah.
I look to Silic like...
I wouldn't know about that, but...
There's a reason why Ultima is the power to absorb them. I assume that he has a way to big brother them, I guess. Maybe they all listen to him. Who knows?
What do y'all think? I don't understand this stuff. Y'all know that. Maybe that's why I'm supposed to have this thing. Keep stuff from happening. I don't know.
Power is more proper for people who don't want it.
It's true. If this is something that can help us take down Cacopial, we need all the help we can get.
I say absorb them.
Guess I'll deal with people arguing inside my sword.
Well, if I may, for 1 second, I would just say that Dira, if anybody in this realm is worthy to wield that sort of power, it would be you. The sword that would kill anybody else who had it for a period of time that has not done that to you. The ability to take a power that you do not want to hold, but are willing to wield for the right reasons, is reason enough. And I'm not saying you have to make a decision right this second, but when you do, follow your heart, because I believe that is your strongest asset.
I'm starting to think being worthy means not knowing what to do, but...
No, it just means that you're the strongest of us all.
Don't feel like that sometimes. But, I appreciate y'all.
So we have our gala tonight. We leave to find Anima tomorrow.
Assumingly, they
That
don't
Seems
get
to be
too
the way
drunk.
things go.
Tomorrow.
What did you say, Joe? I'm sorry.
Silk
I
just
thought
saying
everyone
this. Silk just saying, assuming we don't get too drunk.
Let's,
Then don't you drink so much, Silik.
Well, don't put stipulations on. If we're gonna have a party, we're gonna party.
Well,
So
then
you
don't
don't-
make stupid comments.
let's have a party knowing that we got work to do tomorrow.
Ugh, that's not fun.
Whole lot of things ain't gonna be fun for a while.
Basically, having a
maybe
party on a
after-
Sunday.
Maybe after that.
Thursday night.
Ouch. Alright.
It is a party. It is a celebration, but it's also a bit of a political statement too.
I think that'll just make him drink more.
Well, then, I mean, as
But
a,
you're a council member now, Silly.
yeah. I guess I got to be a little bit. All right,
gotta-
fine.
You
know
gotta
what?
keep decorum.
As all right,
Corn?
as yeah, right. This isn't Star Wars. It's like fine. As a council member, maybe it'd be my recommendation that if we're gonna be having this party, maybe we should all adjourn this so we can all start getting ready. It is about 2:00.
Alright. Thank y'all for listening. I think we have a plan.
Silk just starts
I
heading
believe
off.
in you, Dira.
Sorry?
Said I believe in you, Dira.
I appreciate
That's
that.
Sarah.
I guess.
Does the Shadowfell even have a town to get attire for this gala you want to throw?
I seem to recall last time that we were outfitted from within the palace.
Silk stops as he walks away. It's like, where do you think we are? We're not in a wasteland.
Oh!
Like a magical dresser or something that just made stuff for us.
Yeah,
there was, but like he's just like, this is the Shadowfell.
Yeah.
It's just he's just like
Thanks, Z! You think I just rule a desert this whole time? Like, it's just sitting there.
No,
twiddling my
Deimos
thumbs?
owned it. He's not the most pleasant or social
He's
of
like-
people, so he's
It's
got a
not a
castle.
Dracula's
and-
castle.
he's like, you know what? Now I'm gonna fucking drink. I'll see y'all later. And he starts walking off.
Silly!
No.
I
I'll see you guys during the party.
All right.
This is my
I'm going
realm.
to keep an
This
eye
100
on him at the
acres.
party.
Just this little area.
He's just earned himself a constant
Chaperone.
chaperone at the party.
We're constantly doing lesser restoration.
I don't think I have it prepared, but yes.
Well, not you, different cleric.
Yeah.
Ouch.
Actually, let's see. Right? Oh no, I do have it prepared. That's okay. We're good.
Silik's just got fun of these. Like, I'm drunk. Lesser restoration. Oh, I feel better. I'm drunk again. Oh, great. I love this game. You know.
Right.
That's the new thing I waste my spell slots on, is the one lesser restoration I do have.
You're
It's like,
drunk,
man, I gotta
brother.
learn this spell. All right.
Alrighty, once we adjourn, I am going to go back to my room and stare at two swords for a little bit.
Okay. All right. Soma looks directly at Dahlia. Well, I guess I'm gonna go get ready. If you need me, just let me know. Starts walking off.
I imagine I'll need you for the opening ceremony.
Oh,
thing, but
well, I'll tell you what. I'll meet you outside your room. I'll get ready. I'll meet you outside your room.
all right, sounds good.
He starts walking off. Just to give you guys some confirmations, Soma does have a sword now. He grabbed one of the swords that was given to him, so he does have a sword again. So
Nice and fancy. I wonder who gave it to him.
Yeah, I saw that he had that, and I remember, Dahlia saying something about him being a champion, so I assumed that she supplied it. So I feel less bad about taking Kazushimi away. I am still convinced that Kazushimi fucked him up. So I don't feel bad. Didn't feel that bad about it to start with.
He got his choosings of anything from Deimos's room, so he picked the most badass sword he could find. Okay, so Silic and Soma are gone,
and I'm sure we'll end up being glad that he has it.
What is this? What is this?
I'm not calling to talk about.
No, he's
offside.
He's just fiddling with his fidget.
All right.
He's fidgeting with his tube.
How about that? So, as everybody starts to adjourn, let's take a 10-minute break, and we'll come right back and continue from there. So we'll be right back in 10 minutes. All right, we're back. All right, so everybody splits off, unless anybody wanted to say something before everyone left.
How much time do we have between now and gala?
Gala. Between now, I'd probably say about 4 hours. I'd probably say that the opening event, but not like the Queen's introduction, would probably be like at 6.
Okay, so we got like 4 hours.
Yep.
Okay, sounds good.
So if you think you can get changed and get a quickie in there, that's more power to you.
Meanwhile, I'm over here like, what does Sahura's roommate have?
What do you mean? Hey, come on. 4 hours. I got.
Oh my god! No, I got unlimited stamina. All right.
That gives me 3 hours and 55 minutes left.
What am I gonna do with the rest of my time?
You like chess?
Oh boy.
Yeah, right.
Game of Monopoly.
Oh, we got at least another 30 seconds in there on top of that.
All right. So yeah, Soman's like disappear. Does everybody go back to their rooms to start prepping their outfits? Is that the idea? And go to your magical wardrobes cabinetry to get yourself outfits?
Yeah, I am going to sit and stare at a couple swords for a few minutes.
Okay.
And then decide, okay, let's do this thing. And I'm like, I guess and then I just take the hilts of both of them.
Okay. At that point, the color drains out of Kazushimi. All the greenish, tealish, kind of like sea green color of it leaves it. And the what is translucent blade now almost like becomes a completely different sword. The sword itself is still a long sword. It doesn't turn into Kazushimi. But where it was clear and glass is now looks like it is almost like an emerald longsword, absorbing the properties of Kazushimi, giving itself a bit of a guard. As you can feel like a bit of a wind from it, you assume it at least gains some of the inherent powers of Kazushimi. The blade itself has a bit of weight to it, not like physical weight, but almost kind of like it might take a little bit to get used to. After it's fully completed, the hollow blade that is left after you finally let go of it just shatters like glass and just eventually evaporates in the air.
All right, well, I guess we'll see how this goes. And I will sheath it and go into the closet to find something appropriate that doesn't make me feel ridiculous.
Okay.
I'm not dealing with anything else right now. I'm just doing that thing.
Fair enough.
And I'll take it out in combat and probably be surprised by whatever happens.
Safine and Hades, what would you guys like to do? How would you like to do it?
Dahlia aside before we go up or do anything.
All right.
I was kind of waiting for you guys to leave first, so she's just awkwardly there.
Dahlia, you do know we can run to the tavern, we can find somebody, just fool them. You can walk in with Howard. To the gala, I mean, you don't have to find a husband. It's old, it's archaic.
I don't disagree with you, but I'm also not planning on getting married. Okay, look, that was like a really big curveball for me as well. Are you getting at something with this?
No, I'm just.
You're not hitting on me.
Oh, no, gosh, no. I've got Hades.
I figured.
You're gorgeous. You're gorgeous.
Hi.
I've got Hades.
This just feels out of nowhere.
I just want to make sure you're okay, and there's so many rules, and I don't trust anybody in the Shadowfell.
Assumed Hades was like already upstairs, starting to take off his clothes. Like, wait, where'd she go? What?
Everything but the coat comes off.
He's just standing at the staircase, eavesdropping on the girl gossip right now.
You want to come into the
dexterity roll
bedroom?
for that, Haiti.
Look,
Light a hand.
I know that we have a lot of bad memories associated with the Shadowfell, and trust me, I do too. This is a lot, but someone has to be here, and It's what I want to do now. And I am not going to give the whole betrothal thing much food for thought right now. We have Kokopiel take down first, and that is a much bigger threat to not just Averant, but the Shadowfell as well. And that needs to be solved before we get into weird marriage politics. Just remember, anything right now, just a political statement. That's all.
Don't wander too far from us here yet.
Cutting out a little bit.
Gosh damn it. Don't wander too far from any of us. Just the next few days. I don't trust your council members. I don't trust the Shadowfell court. Just watch your back.
I don't trust them either. I know you guys will be there. And I still have Lesser Restoration and Greater Restoration if someone tries to poison me.
Comforting and concerning thought, but
I have to be prepared for anything now. I also have to make decisions and do things that might be different too. But
find dress.
yeah,
What are you wearing?
I don't know. Just gonna go see what the magic closet could do.
Should we go look?
Yes, let's go.
Go up and look for dresses.
He just like,
Sorry, he's behind.
I'll just go to my room, I guess. Okay. Love you.
Love you too, bye!
I guess I'll just hang out in my room. All right.
Playing chess with yourself.
Is that what they call it now? Playing chess?
Jingle.
Yeah, we go dress shopping, and by dress shopping, we just consult the cabinet until we find each something that we like, and then
Something on the wardrobe. It's chaos.
Yep.
There's clothes everywhere.
Yep.
eventually I find a dress, and Dahlia's just like, all right, okay, I think this will work. I'm going to go. Well, first off, I need to go change and get ready. I also kind of want to go see what they've done with the royal chambers, make sure that looks not Deimos. I think I'm supposed to enter from over there as well. So I'll catch you during the gala.
I'm between these two choices. I'm gonna go see what Hades thinks. I'll run off.
I like the left, but whatever you decide.
Okay. Dahlia, as you go up the staircase to your room, the artwork and the artwork of Deimos and all of his ventures have been removed. In its place, it looks like they kind of took what is a blank brick and they kind of like did like a stain look to it, kind of like almost like a mural going up the actual stairwell. Till you finally get up to the doors. The doors themselves, they like kept the same aesthetic as far as like a big bed and stuff like that. But they changed out with different colored sheets. They took away all the armors and all the stuff, and they decorated it with the colors that you asked for. Instead of it being more of like a solid black leather, it's more of like a sheen over the place, along with the silvers and golds for the end pieces and stuff like that, and then purples for the aesthetic choice over the reds. Less of weapons and armor. They weren't able to get too much off of it because limited time, and the fact is they know very little about you, so they don't have like artwork of like your ventures. But there is a note left there that says, if you give us some time and you give us some information about yourself, we can help you finish decorating your room.
That was so sweet. I just look around and go, oh, this is so much better. And then I start getting ready.
All right. So we got everyone getting ready. I'm assuming Zafini, you eventually go back up to your room. Okay. You guys both get ready, unless there's anything that you guys need to bring up before then. Okay. After the X amount of time has passed, music starts playing down into the main grand hall. The music itself starts off as like an actual full waltz that's going on, as if it sounds like people are starting to prepare for like doing different kind of like string quartets and stuff like that. As you do start hearing the procession, it very much feels like when you guys were here last time and you guys had looked down the actual windows to see a concession of different carts and wagons that are pulling up. Not as busy as last time, but there are different people from the Shadowfell that are arriving, and it is getting loud downstairs, and the party has already begun. You do hear footsteps of what sounds like Silik starting to head his way downstairs. Outside of that, it sounds like there's maybe 4 people that walk up in the hallway and just stand still by every door. They're not standing in front of the door, but they're standing to like the left of each door.
Like where we're at right now?
Yeah, so there's one to the left of Dira's door, one to the left of your guys' door, and then there's one to the left of Silk's door, but he's already gone, and there's one to the left of Soma's door.
I'll poke my head out. Can I help you?
Greetings. We are just making sure that whenever you're ready, we can attend you downstairs.
I mean, we kind of went over this morning. We know our way downstairs.
Oh, I'm sorry. We have not met yet. I am. No, as you see before you, this is not a soldier. This is like a butler.
One of the soldiers was here this morning, and they escorted us down. I'm sure we can find.
And we are humbly able to do so as well. I have unlimited patience. Please take your time.
Hades, are you ready? We have an escort again.
I have been ready. He's actually still just in his normal clothes. Forget, this is the exact same outfit minus the armor that he wore to the last gala.
Just gonna shake my head.
Nobody is going to be fair, no one is going to be looking at me. They are going to be looking at the person on my arm, which is you. And you look fantastic.
As you do, as he immediately bows in front.
You know.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Shoot. If you don't mind, as he starts leading on, as he just gestures to you all to follow, and he starts walking forward in a very professional left arm behind the back manner, as he's got his right arm forward and crossing over his mid side. He starts walking on the steps, assuming you're following.
I will take out my arm and I'll be like, as we start walking, I'm like, do you think they're going to do that announcement thing where they say people who they are and all that?
Oh, I sure hope not. I hate that so much. Just once, I'd like to walk into a ballroom and not be announced.
I don't think that's ever happened to me.
Being announced or not being announced?
Being announced, but I mean, there's nothing really to announce.
As he's hearing you this whole time, you can tell that he's like kind of like getting a little awkward with his steps. As the guys eventually get down, he's just like, I'm really sorry about this. The next guest to arrive, we have Zephinia and her little companion, Hades. Please, everybody starts clapping.
Excuse me, my fiance.
Oh, of course. Yes, I'm sorry. Zephinia and wait. I'm sorry, fiance. I was confused. I was told something else. Of course. Zephinia and her fiance, Hades. Everybody starts clapping again, a little confused.
I'm abiding my time. I was going to do something, but I'm going to abide my time.
Very awkwardly walk down with Hades. What?
This is still not the worst party I've probably been to.
It's up there.
Immediately
take an order from someone as we walk.
Yeah.
I'll take 2 and pass one over.
Silver trays all over the place, having different kind of little finger foods all over the place, of different kind of seafood and different kind of the kebabs and stuff like that, and that they pass around. There's champagne going around. People don't recognize who you are, but they just kind of shake their head and bow since you're announced. So they assume you're nobility, just like the last time you guys were here. Again, the whispers are going on like last time. Wait, do you know them? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was Vinny's cousin. Second time removed. The one that was chubby when he was younger, right? Yeah, that one. Yeah, wow, he's really awesome.
Yo, I found the Atkins, all right there. More meatballs with pasta, okay?
At this point, when you guys go down there, the place probably has, without including staff, maybe 50 attendees. The staff itself is probably about, currently right now, as far as waiters, waitresses, and attendees, probably about 15. There's currently a band going on right now that's playing this current music, which is about 10 people. The entryway is open, and there is the balcony is open. Compared to last time you guys down here, the ballroom has been redecorated. It has been revamped to a more colorful state. A lot more lights, a lot more purples, and stripping of the blacks and replaced with much more golds and silvers. With now a centerpiece in the middle that has a large fountain that takes over the main spot at the drop. To imply, if you guys look at the map, all of you guys are coming from the far point on the right. That is where the noble chambers are as you come down. And as you guys take the stairwells, which are left or right, is about a 10-foot drop throughout the steps. This part right here is actually the drop-off point. So if you guys walked off, you'd literally fall off 10 feet. Currently right now, over in this area, there are some people dancing. There's like a few couples. These are the couples that probably have been together for a long time, and they find it romantic to dance every time music is played. Zephinia, you were getting some looks. Both of you are getting some looks. It is kind of you're assuming it's a bit of a blasphemous thing to have an Aasimar and a tiefling be betrothed. You both are getting looks, but Zephinia, you're getting more of the dirtier looks because you are the Aasimar of the two, not the tiefling.
I think dancing is a good idea. What do you think? Stop enough.
I would be on board for that. Joe, a random question. I don't think I ever asked this. Do I have full control of transformation, by the way?
You do not.
Okay.
Your transformation is very, because you decided, so your abilities got copied off of Zephinia's, and Zephinia's activate due to emotion. So yours would be activate to emotion as well.
Wasn't sure. Just checking.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Also, I don't know how much of a spectacle it would be if you turned into God form right in front of a bunch of devils.
Oh, I'm well aware of that, and that's why I was asking.
I would say if there's a situation I'm going to put you in that has heightened stress, I will let you know that you can. Right now, you guys have not had enough time to acclimate to these powers. But you guys decided to go dancing? I need a performance check from both of you.
15.
Okay.
It's loading. 10.
Okay. Hades, you're doing a decent job taking the lead. You do not dance too much, but you are at least keeping up with some of the other crowd. Zephania, you can't help but have problems with your wings. They keep getting in the way, whether they're running into somebody else or you guys keep...
I still have my...
What?
Do I still have my god form wings? Because I don't have wings anymore.
Oh, that's right. When you're not in your god form, your wings go away. Mm-hmm. Never mind then. So you're just having a tough time just keeping up with Hades then. But he is leading, and you're just trying to attune to his dance.
Sorry for stepping on your feet again.
It's okay. It's all right. I don't mind.
Why'd you get such high heels?
The thing?
Eventually, you guys do see Silik. He's not on the dance floor, but he he cannot help but have people talk to him, as the last time you guys were here, it was for his wedding, and people are unaware that his wife has passed, and he is having uncomfortable conversations with other people. But he is trying to play it off as best as possible, as he does not want to fuck up the whole moment of what's going on. Dira.
So I will find in the wardrobe. I'm not going anywhere around here without my normal armor. So I'm going to find something that it's going to find me something that's basically more or less like the clothes I already have, just kind of nicer fabric.
Fair enough.
And in like a silver with a blue trim.
Okay.
So I will stand out like a huge sore thumb from the general aesthetic around here, and I'm okay with that. And then I am going to kind of loiter in the path of where Dahlia will be coming from.
No, hold
because
up. When you leave out, really, gentlemen, greetings.
Hello.
Hi. I'm to escort you downstairs.
All right. Well, I appreciate that, but I want to wait for the queen. I need to have a word with her first.
Oh, I've been told that she will be disposed for some time.
Why
probably
is
getting
that?
ready longer.
Can you take me to where she is?
I mean, I can. I can't get you inside, but I can take you to the door.
I'd appreciate that.
Oh, all right. And just starts leading the way on to the door that leads up to the stairwell. And just walks to the door and knocks for you and just steps out of the way.
Dahlia?
It would be hard for you to hear this, but you would hear a door at the bottom of the steps.
I rush down and I peek open through the door. Just like 5 more minutes. Oh, Theron, hey.
Hi, can I talk to you for a second?
Yeah, sure. What is it? Do you want to come up?
Please.
Okay, sure. And I open the door.
I really should have done this earlier after the meeting. I'm sorry. Don't like any of this, and I just had too much on my mind, but I put my hand on my shoulder. We got to make sure you stay safe, and I cast Death Ward on her.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
You never know what's going to happen. Well, I expect they're going to expect you to come in all fancy by yourself, but I should have done that before we left the council meeting, but there was a lot on my mind. And now that's done.
Understandable.
All
If
right.
you want to just keep your eyes and ears open, I don't know what to
Oh,
expect.
believe me,
but
I will. And I kind of
You-
I adjust my ridiculous glasses.
I have that frozen sometimes.
Yeah. Which
All right,
goes
well-
just smashingly with the silver silk, you know.
You look great. I love the glasses.
I'm so glad I made those.
Thank you.
Those things are great.
I should have had her put them in the art. I didn't even think about it. All right. I'll see you down there.
I'll see you down there.
And I give her a quick hug.
Give her
We'll
a
get
hug
through
back.
this.
We will.
All right. And I go out and I close the door. Thank you. I appreciate that. If you lead the way, I guess.
Of course. He's one hand in front of the other one behind, and he starts walking forward. Start taking down
And
the
I follow him.
Okay, start taking down the steps. May I please introduce Dira Mullane? And everybody claps. And he just walks away.
I kind of awkwardly, sort of half bow, nod, whatever, and then I go looking for Silic.
Okay. Give me an investigation check, as now by the time you get down here, it's a little bit busier, but not too much more.
Oh, investigation, that should be fun. 4.
God, I mean, the usual telltales to find Silic, horns, tail. There's a lot of them in here. Hard to find.
I listen for his voice and look for the blue and just keep looking.
All right. I'd say after 10 minutes, you'll find him. After running through and going through uncomfortable crowds of being one of the few humans here, you do run into him. As you see him, you can clearly see him uncomfortably talking to somebody, and you can definitely see that he does not want to talk about whatever conversation he's talking about.
All right. I'm just gonna kind of sidle up and that thing you do when people are talking and one of them and not the other one, and just kind of stand there and nod.
He immediately just like, you know what? I'm pretty sure she's got something very important to me to talk about. You know what? I'll find you later. I promise. Dira, we can go talk about that important thing over here. Just come on,
okay.
Let's go. He starts walking off. Oh, thank you. Hi.
How you doing?
Not great.
Yeah, well, it ain't exactly my element either.
I'm sure. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, you're one of the few humans here. I'm sure it's not very comfortable for you.
Ain't much comfortable these days. But looks real nice. A lot better than last time.
Yeah, it's definitely less gloomy.
Yeah. So, it's a lot. Right?
Yeah.
How you...
Say the least. To be honest, most people here don't know about things that have transpired, and I don't really want to bring it up, so I've been just kind of playing the fool this whole time. So.
Oh man, I didn't think about that the last time we were here. Yeah. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, and I didn't even think about it till the party started. That that event didn't go well. That is.
Yeah.
There's been some uncomfortable comments about. Very, very. They've been giving it a very terrible name for the wedding, but it's. I guess.
I don't want. Do I want to know?
Yeah, probably not. But I mean, it's good to have someone, I guess, normal to talk to.
Well, I'll do my best.
This is better than I can deal with out there.
Let's find some punch that ain't too strong, and a corner that ain't too populated, and get through this night.
I will give you the second one, but definitely not the first. And he starts walking off.
I am going to stick to him like glue and try and mitigate whatever intoxication is on the way.
He does grab himself a drink, meets you over in the corner. Anything you want to do before we go on to Dahlia?
1 second.
I would say that you do see Zephinia and Hades dancing on the floor.
Why did I not prepare purify food and drink? No, well, I'll just wallflower it with him.
Okay. Alright. So, as the music continues to play, the band changes to something of a somber note as it goes around as what looks like the music changes with like more of the politicians enter in, and they start kind of get more serious conversations going on. For this, I'm changing it to an oldie but a goldie, some Swan like. But the at this point, there's like a bigger orchestra that's actually out there playing some music. Right now, no one actually comes out yet, whether or not you guys are expecting Dahlia or not, but Dahlia has not showed up quite yet. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're in the party room right now? And this is for all three of you.
Just keeping my eyes and ears open.
Okay, so, well, you got your passive perception of 20 right now because you got your
glasses.
Yes, I do. So, with your glasses, you're able to see a lot of conversations going on, and you're able to listen. And right now, with the politicians arriving, 3 of the council members that kicked themselves out of the council, the constant conversation going on with most of which you assume maybe the nobles that were really going into the promise of power and fortune with Deimos. The talk is not like trying to kill her, but they're just trying to discern if there's a more feasible way to make this work for them. Currently, a lot of them are having a lot of talks about this won't work. She won't last. Some of them are looking at it as she'll be out in a couple of years, then we can get one of us on there. Best thing we can do is prep one of us, and then we can take over. Some of the conversations are going as, well, it might be good that we get a female, but she is very young. We need someone older. As like this lady's talking is obviously trying to nominate herself, kind of like saying, well, she could step up. She'll open the pathway for there to be women in charge, but I'll take over in a couple of years. Mostly it's a lot of people that are looking like they're trying to supersede and take over after a couple of years. And they're all trying to be like, well, if she's doing it, we're going to do it. But there's no like assassination attempts that are being talked about. It's just kind of like a legal kind of like, well, the floodgates have been opened.
I'm just gonna kind of take note of who's saying what to the best of my ability, so I can report it to her later. Keeping faces in mind.
Okay. The only two other conversations that are going on is the aesthetic change. People are loving it. People are hating it. The people who are loving it are really digging the vibes of the change that had to have been required to happen for a long time, as there has been a standstill of everything for thousands of years. The other ones are like, it worked, why change it? And it's just like a split down the middle of everything. The last conversation is going on with a few. It's like, look, at the bare minimum, she could at least be here. What is she going to try to make some grand entrance and try to come in at the end of the moment? She wants to prove to us that she wants to be the queen. She should actually show her ass up. That's what's going on. Zephania and Hades, what do you want to be doing?
Seeing how uncomfortable everybody is with a tiefling and Asmar, dance around the room.
Yeah, I mean, perception checks for both of you.
Well,
It's a solid 9.
You're doing a really good job of focusing on each other. With it, there's only a few things you guys hear. At the start of it, a lot of people focus on you and we're given a lot of bad press to it. At this point now, which has been several 10, 15 minutes later, what people are left that you actually can hear as the music has changed is increased in volume. Some people, again, are split in the middle. Some people are just like, what kind of... How dare he bring someone like her here? You know they're not welcome here. The only Azamar's welcome here of the royal nature. What makes her think she can be here and be with him? The gall. While the other ones are being like, it's about time. We need to stop separating this between Shadowfell and Feywild, hell and heaven. We need to finally get this all on one page. Good for them. And it's split in the middle. And to be honest, the middle ground is not separated by age. It seems like there's different viewpoints, not specifically based on young and old. It's just different people have different viewpoints, maybe on the way they're raised around here. Some of them that look like they are richer, but looks like they made their own money, are kind of rooting for the change. People who've been served the silver spoon are the ones that don't want the change. And that's kind of where the line is drawn.
If I see that Z is like looking around and like is bothered by the conversations that we catch of them saying like they shouldn't be together, I think like mid-dance he moves his hand up to her chin and like pushes it so that way she's looking at him and says, it does not matter what any of them think. All that matters is that I'm here with you, and it will be a good night because I'm here with you.
she's just gonna focus on Hades at that point.
Hades, roll me a charisma check. This is just for cinematic value.
Sure. Yeah. That was a nat 20, motherfucker.
Okay.
Oh, so that's 25.
All right. With that, many of the people that are rooting for you decide to take suit, and they decide to get on the dance floor, and they kind of surround you, each dancing with their partner. The ones that felt too shy about bringing an elf or a human with them, and they're all decided to dance with you on the dance floor.
It's not like this is that moment in a musical where it's like a montage.
The people that were scared to show it off, they're now showing off.
Okay, I think on top of that, now that we kind of have this buffer wall, he's gonna kind of take the slight opportunity that, like, hopefully she's having a good time, and she's not going to be totally angry with what he's about to say. And he's just like, Z, aside from everything, I want you to know that, like, I know you are still very angry with Soma, and so am I, rightfully so. But again, I know I have to have faith that Dahlia knows what she's doing. I don't like the guy. As far as I'm concerned, hopefully he gets stabbed in the back or dies during the fight with Kokopiel. But I don't think that it would be one of us that should do it. I don't like him either. But again, just we have to trust Dahlia. She's always got a plan. She always has an idea. And again, she's like a sister to me, so we're all kind of family.
Hades, I trust Dahlia. I don't trust him. He killed you. He tried to kill me. He's stabbed us multiple times.
I mean,
I'm
to be
never
fair,
going to trust him.
Silic has killed me. We trust him. I'm not saying we have to trust him. I'm not saying we have to like him. I'm just saying we have to tolerate him, for now at least.
I'll tolerate him for now. For the gala, for you, for Dahlia. Tolerate is a strong word. I'll work on it.
That's all I ask. I know you said trust Dahlia. We just have to deal with him for now, and hopefully going forward at some point, if we ever come and visit Dahlia down here, she can send him away for the time being to go do something, and we wanted to see him.
I'll try.
That's all I ask.
Cordial to him.
Well, just don't be rude to him, but you have to be cordial.
Okay. Then I promise I won't be super rude to him.
It's a start, right? That's it. That's all I got. I'm gonna keep dancing.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep trying not to step on his toes, which I can't also promise that I won't do.
I think I'm part warlock now, because now I don't just collapse from a stiff wind.
Okay. Anything last between the three of you that you want to do? Silic's drinking pretty heavily. Okay. At this point, it's been some time. Conversations are going on. Well, where's she at? At this point, the music stops. As immediately the lights.
I meant to grab it.
As immediately, instead of one, you see two people walking down the steps as the announcement happens. Everyone, may I announce Queen Dahlia with her humble champion at side. As immediately they start walking forward. You can narrate what happens if you want.
Dahlia enters in through the top here with an extravagant purple, black, and gold dress, and has Soma in arm. And they walk to the front. They walk to the balcony, and she just kind of surveys the gala for a moment, just watching everyone dancing, or if they stopped to acknowledge her, nodding to the orchestra to continue playing music and have everyone go back to dancing. And after a moment, she removes her arm from Soma's, looks back down at the dance floor, then turns back to him and offers out her hand and says, "Do you want to dance?"
Don't say anything, he just takes it.
and in true badass fashion, because it's Dahlia, she's going to levitate down to the dance floor. We don't need stairs. We're the queen.
Okay.
And she will start dancing with Soma.
Okay. The room does kind of open up for them as everybody starts to watch. Excuse me, 1 second.
See, you'll just see my face like really crinkle up in disgust, and then I'll glance at Hades. I'll just do that
Squeeze your hand a
grimace
little
of a
bit.
smile.
Just kind of mouth like, it'll be okay.
Does Soma seem tense?
Not really.
Like he's into it?
He's not new to having many eyes on him. It's definitely a different experience from him, but he is fully focused on you right now.
I will dance with him for a spell, and Dahlia just starts casting message to him, and she says, I've been thinking about this all day. Why did you kiss me last night?
Does there have to be a reason? We are alike. I've become very fond of you. Very fond of you, if I might add.
We have a lot in common. But I thought your eyes were only for Zephynia. Seems you've moved on really quickly.
They were. But in truth, she was my first relationship after a long time, and I don't think it was what I thought it was. Definitely not how I feel for you.
It's a lot of emotions to process for only 24 hours of being free of Cocopial. Sure, that's not just the rebound feelings.
Trust me, I haven't felt this free in probably about a good 30 years. My mind has never been clearer.
Interesting. And she looks out. Is everyone watching right now?
Everyone.
Including the council members?
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust me?
With my life.
Alrighty then. And they stop dancing right as the music ends. And she takes his cheek in her hand and she plants a huge kiss on him.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't stop. He goes right into it till you stop.
And when she's done, she turns and looks at all the council members. That left her, particularly. With just a hard glare.
A lot of them wide eye open. Confused and concerned, but for the reasons that would be bad for them, not for you.
She'll just keep dancing with him then.
Okay. At this
The
point.
next song picks up.
Okay. At this point, other people start entering the dance floor. He just looks at you. He doesn't respond in message. He responds to you physically. Was that a bit much?
It's politics right now. We need to make a statement. And I like making this statement.
Whatever it is, he just looks right at you. Can never be happier. Statement or not.
I told you to trust me.
That was an easy trust.
She'll keep dancing.
Okay.
She does not know where Zephynia is, but she is not looking for her right now.
While they're doing
I'm gonna
that,
grab her hand tighter and be like, perhaps we should go get a drink. And like leads Xavinia towards the bar.
Okay.
We're trusting Dahlia with this.
I need a drink. Let's go get a drink. Fucking Dahlia making me eat my words.
You said it, not me.
Can't stay angry because I'm laughing too hard.
Right. Amanda
You
and Tiffany are
probably-
crossing ends.
I know. Z's super pissed. I find this very amusing. You better get a big drink, because I'm gonna need one too.
We shall find you.
Are you sure we can't just stab him? It's very easy.
The second no, we can't. We can't. Let's just go get a drink. Let's go get a drink.
I'll follow Hades and go get a stupid drink.
I'd say at this point, that's probably when Silic goes over to Dira. It's like, you know what? I need a third drink. And he starts walking back over there and he gets another drink.
Take it easy on that. Let's slow down.
You got that. You got magic for it, right? I'll be fine. How's it going, guys?
How drunk is he? How drunk is he getting?
Oh, that's a good question. Let's figure that out.
Is he drinking like a fish?
No. The natural 20. I think he has. I don't have his character sheet up, but I think he has a +5. So 24. So he's good.
All right, I'm just going to continue keeping an eye on him.
Okay. Just me gets a drink. Oh, hey.
If I think he's going to need it, then I have the lesser restoration in my pocket. If he's not going to need to fight or be smart or whatever, then I will let him suffer.
Fair enough. Just sees you guys getting drinks. What's up, guys? How's it going? Crazy night, right?
You could say that.
That might be an understatement. Did you see who your sister was dancing with?
I think everyone saw. Yeah. Why? You guys seem like you're having a great time. Yeah. Are you guys upset that she took the attention away from you? I mean, she is the queen.
No, not at all.
I mean, come on. You guys had the attention for a good half an hour. Let her have some time.
Oh, she can have all the time she wants.
Fantastic.
I'm just kind of looking at back and forth in this conversation, like, what's going on?
We're getting drinks. 4 drinks over here, please. 4.
You know what? I'm filling the room. Shots. Let's do some shots.
Let's not.
Come on, it's a
I
party.
think
We'll be fine in the morning. Shots. Yeah. Shots. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, now I'm keeping an eye on all 3 of them.
Really pours what
Actually,
looks
I'm
like
less worried about Hades because he's probably not going to.
As the shots come, he's just like,
Yeah,
immediately
he's
get,
got
like,
the
this-
coat on. I'm sure he's fine.
He looks at the bartender. It's like, hey, do you know that? Immediately pulls out. It has this blue liquid. What looks like he dropped some kind of black something that when it goes in there, kind of, mixes in with. Cheers. So immediately downs it all the way.
Down mine.
It's really good. It tastes like
I'm going to
blueberry.
take.
he's gonna attempt to do it, and he's like, nope, can't do that.
I'm going to take a very small sip of it.
Tastes really good. Tastes like blueberry.
I'm going to continue slipping it very slowly.
Another. Anyway, get another 4.
Silic, slow down.
Down it goes.
Saw my first. I'm still the first.
Same. I'm gonna kind of like just kind of gradually nudge the group away from the bar.
Let's see, rolling. Let's see. It's a 17. It's a 19. He's doing pretty good. Tiffany, I need 2 Constitution saving throws.
2?
Yep, 2 shots. 2 shots.
One. That is 22 and 10.
Okay. First one, you're able to take down pretty good. Second one, ooh, that hit you hard. It tastes great, but it's almost like chugging down a very good martini. It really got you really good.
I just lean over to Hades. You know, these stilettos are really sharp. I could just, accidentally somehow roundhouse kick them.
First of all, you would tear that very lovely dress if you tried kicking that high. And it would be very
It's okay.
it would be very hard to find his tiny black heart.
Wow. Cold as ice.
It's the coldest ice. I just call him cold though. Yeah, it's just like here, and I handed him another drink.
Start drinking that one. Drink my sorrows away. Anger.
No, he's hoping you get drunk enough that he can just be like, "Oh, she's tired. We need to go to bed."
Yeah, I see Hades kind of taking, making sure she's okay, and just kind of nod to him.
I'm gonna use telepathy to talk to Dira and be like, I do not think that this party is the best place for Zephynia and I right now. I'm probably going to be leaving soon.
I think would be a
Adira?
really good idea. Maybe, I'm gonna go talk to Dahlia. She's not dancing with Soma anymore, right?
No, that's probably not a good idea. Stay here.
Oh, they're still dancing.
No, good idea.
They wouldn't be dancing for like that much longer. She probably would have gone off to start mingling with people. But she would at some point break away to go find the group. And definitely leave him behind. She knows what she did.
Okay.
So I guess at this point she'd have a glass of champagne in her hand and she'd make her way to whoever she finds first.
Well,
We're kind of all standing
they're
around
all
together.
together.
So.
Still together at the
All
bar.
right, excellent. Then we walk up to the
You've
group.
got us all.
So it's just like, my queen?
It's still weird.
But she's getting used to it, I think.
A bit used to it. Gala's definitely a little different when you're the center of the weird royal thing. I hope we're enjoying the party so far. And while she's doing that, she's going to cast message to Zephynia, and she just goes, like I said earlier, political moves.
It's real pretty.
Say it out loud. Oh, those other political moves you could have made. You know what he's done to all of us.
I need to gain people's trust here. And people know his name. We can talk about this later.
I think now is a really good time to talk about it. I mean, you made sure everybody knew about it.
I did. Because that's what you do at events like this. But if we want to all talk about this as a group tomorrow, would be the best place to table this.
Maybe you don't make such a spectacle, and I'm gonna just turn and walk away.
Damn!
I look to the other two. She didn't try to kill me, so went a little better than I anticipated.
You sure you know what you're doing?
I do. I'm trying to play chess while everyone's playing checkers.
I don't think checkers is real popular in this place.
No, there was a point tonight that I asked Zephynia to trust you, and you know what you're doing. But I have to say, with what we just witnessed, even I'm questioning that at this point. There's no reason to discuss this further tomorrow. You've made your decisions without council. And that's fine. If that's what you want to do. But I have somebody I care about that I need to take care of right now. I hope you've made the right decisions. And he's gonna go after Sophinia.
I let him go. I just look back to Dira. Is there anything you want to say?
I said it. You're a big girl.
Thank you.
I mean, I know it's hard for Sophinia to separate, but I believe he wasn't acting on his own choices, but we don't always understand what his choices are. So just be real careful, okay? Now that he's himself again, we don't necessarily know real well what that is.
I have an idea of what it's not. And it's not the person that we knew for quite a bit. But
That's
I'm
kind of what
guarded.
I'm worried about.
I just ask you all to trust me. And in some situations, and I kind of gesture with my head back to the way Zephinia left, with some hard decisions, sometimes you need to ask for forgiveness and not permission.
Don't need our permission. Just gotta know that there might not be forgiveness from some.
When it comes to ruling a kingdom, that becomes a very hard decision. Being a good ruler, or being a loyal friend.
Don't imagine that's gonna get any easier.
It's already hard. But like you said, I signed up for it and I'm a big girl, so we'll see what happens.
Guess so. I hope it works the way you want.
I hope so too. Is Silic okay over there?
He's been drinking a lot, but
I'm fine. Let the good times roll.
he's Silic. I'm keeping an eye on him.
How many shots has he had?
4 that I saw.
4?
I'm keeping an eye on him. I figure if he needs to fight or if he needs to think, we can do something about it. Otherwise, let his head deal with his decisions.
Maybe, I didn't want to bring this up in the meeting, but maybe it might be better if he stays here instead of going with us to fight Anima.
Yeah. That's something you'll need to discuss with him when he's sober.
It's probably a better decision, yes. I can introduce you to some people? You haven't happened to hear anything, have you?
Well, that one over there, and I kind of fill her in on what I heard before she came in.
Mm-hmm.
And then that
Yes, I'm
lady,
surprised.
she seems to think if you can do it, so can she, and she's older and more experienced. So, I think you kind of already knew you need to keep your eye out. Ain't nobody seems like they're fixing to take you out here and now. Not that
I
I've heard
hope not.
anyway. Not that they're talking about openly.
It'd be nice to have one night where a party doesn't end in a fight.
I'll drink to that. Very slowly, thank you very much.
Cheers, her. And I'll
Another
start
very
pouring
small
her-
sip. I've had like half of this shot by now.
It's not the shot. It's that little.
Yeah. I watched somebody do something to a drink that I did not recognize. I am not shooting it.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Dahlia will.
I've got the
Probably.
con for it, but my dice do not like me lately.
Playing it safe. It's the deer way. Dahlia will probably, if Dira wants to, she'll start taking her around and introducing her to people, making small talk, getting vibe reads with her new gossip girl.
I will kind of I will not let us get too far from Silik because I still want to keep an eye on him. But I have appointed myself his chaperone for the evening. But
fair enough. I'm okay with that plan.
Yeah. But yeah, I will let you do the talking and make a couple of polite noises and don't want to do any more than that. I don't know what will embarrass you or what people will think or whatever. So I am uncomfortable. But
anyway.
I am uncomfortable, but that is a thing that needs to happen.
All right. Back to you, Joe.
Back to you. Okay. I did send you a message.
Ooh. Sneaky. Stuff is happening. I don't know about.
So Hades, you stay around or do you follow Stephanie out?
No, I take off after her.
You take off after her? Okay. Alright. With the party continuing, Dira, you can definitely hear the conversations of now a crowd with different results of what they were saying. Wait, is that... Okay, is this going to be a problem? Well, we can't do anything if this is going to be a situation. I mean, we got to revamp everything. And it seems like everybody's just kind of like changing a plan of like, okay, she might be staying around a little bit longer if she's got him around.
As we're going between groups, I kind of murmur to her what I'm catching.
Okay.
She just nods and is understanding, but doesn't comment on it too much to Dira. She's got a little satisfied, like, look on her face, like that was part of the plan.
Okay. The two that left. Are you guys going up to your room?
I would have probably headed outside to the courtyard area.
Okay.
And if Hades followed me, you're going to just see me pacing back and forth, heels in my hand, because I'm done with the stupid lady stilts.
Okay. Fair enough.
I'll just walk up. I'm assuming it's like a balcony area or something.
It depends. You can either do the balcony or you can walk out to the courtyard. Either one.
Whichever was closer. Just
probably the courtyard then.
Okay. To the courtyard.
I'll walk out and see where she's pacing, and like if there's like a bench or something nearby, I'm just gonna sit down on it for a second.
Okay.
I'll see him over there, and I'm not stopping pacing, and I'm talking to him, but walking back and forth.
I figured like the bench was probably in the middle of the path that you're facing.
Just doot.
Well, he's not even like watching her. He's just like.
Okay.
Listen, I wouldn't change anything that happened. I wouldn't change. I wouldn't change you telling me that you loved me, because I love you and I never want to be with anybody else but you, but just seeing the person that I thought I loved before I knew what love was, seeing him and knowing he tried to kill me, he tried to kill you guys over and over again, and she has him by her side. She kissed him. She everything he's done to us, to you, he killed you. And she's okay with this? Continuing pacing.
I am not a stupid man, and I know many words, and there are a few times in my life where this has happened, but I honestly have absolutely no words for what has just happened. I feel as though the words that I said, that we need to trust Dahlia, that she knows what she's doing, I have been forced to eat now. I don't know what she's doing. She is making decisions. She is going down a path that I'm not sure we can follow.
Don't even want to follow the path she's going down. And
All I can say is that we have a very large job ahead of us. A very large thing we must complete. For not us, not her, but for the entire world. And that is a lot of weight on all of our shoulders. We just need to get through this. We need to get through this together. And however the cards fall at the end, that's how they fall.
we'll go find Anima together. As a group. We take down the Copial. And if this is the path she wants to go down, I'm not following.
I understand, and as much as I care for her as well, I don't know how much I can follow either. But, and he'll stand up at this point and kind of like intersect you. Like you said, I was lucky to find the person that I love on the first shot, and that I know I will be with for the rest of my life. And at the end of all of this, no matter how much we save or we lose, whether it's from death or personal choices, I will have you no matter what.
Hades, you are my light. And whatever path we go on together.
And damn the world if it gets in our way. That light will probably be a fireball. And he'll like give you a big hug.
She'll just lean in and just put her head on your shoulder and stay there for quite some time, calming down.
Perhaps this blue jay's not for us. Should we go back to our room?
I'd like that. I'm done with dancing, and I'm sure your toes are as well.
Oh, I'll probably need some ice, but it'll be fine.
I'll get some healing, maybe some healing potions from Dira.
No need to waste them. And he'll take her hand and try to guide her back up towards the rooms.
Okay. So you guys head back up to the rooms at this point. As you get into your room, throughout the way, Hades, it doesn't occur to you, but you start to feel a bit of a headache. Maybe it's alcohol, you're not quite sure. But by the time you get in the room, by coincidence, the migraine becomes so severe that you drop to the ground in sudden pain. A ringing, a buzzing in your ears that you've never felt before. To Zephynia, you see blood running out of his ears and his eyes almost just losing focus.
I'm screaming out. Can I reach out into my little telepathic thing and focus on Dira?
For some reason, it doesn't work. Hades. Oh, what were you going to say, Zephynia?
Oh, I just start screaming for Dira. Just help and screaming as I'm like trying to figure out what's wrong with Hades.
Hades, you get pulled into a vision as you drop out of your own body into an endless wake of like invisible water that you can't pull away from. As you continue to fall, you go through strands of something you can't figure out. They feel silky, but they're like almost wrapping you up. At first you think spider webs, but then eventually it feels like knots and ropes and thread that's intertwining you and holding you together. Until eventually you see a shadow of something large gargantuan that's taken over, until you just hear like points of something just individually hitting at something. Maybe swords clashing, maybe something else, but points of something sharp hitting at each other at certain spots, but you're tight, you can't move. Darkness envelops the area other than a shadow of a person. To you, they are a giant. They are like the size of a Godzilla-like creature compared to your size. Until you're just being held there in place by what feels now like almost like maybe ribbon, or more specifically, rope. But it's fine. It's made out of very, very, very intricate kind of strands. You eventually see and hear the sound stop, until you just see large eyes, each one bigger than you are, staring directly at you. God of lore and life, my fucking ass. We have some words to talk about, Hades, and we're going to talk about them now.
Leave, you have me at a disadvantage. Who am I speaking with?
Disadvantages for you is why I put you here. Do not talk. Listen. As eventually you start seeing the place start to change, floor gets underneath you. You eventually find yourself strapped to a chair with these ropes tied around you, until you start figuring out what's wrapped around you is like knitting thread, but it's impossible to break through. You sit at a desk full of what looks like different kind of tools to weave strands in a tapestry. Needles, different kind of points for different weapons that can be used for anything, but all single pieces. Until you see a shadow coming up behind you. At first it looks like maybe a humanoid spider with the amount of arms it is. Until you eventually see this female, intricate but long strands of golden hair. Piercing silver eyes. With only long fingernails that really grabbed your attention. And with tools on her sides that looks like she specifically works on and masters the art of crafting intricate tapestries and different kind of needle points. She just stands in front of you and leans up against you. I know you do not know who I am, and that is why you are here. You are a new god, and that's why we must talk. I am here to warn you, here to educate you. First off, let me acknowledge one thing. You're but a child, and what you're going to learn is only a fraction of what you should know. But time is of the essence, and with shackles of fate and destiny now broken, I must have my place in this world. You have gained the power of lore. Life is something I'm not concerned about. But knowledge must be earned, not taken. She just readjusts herself. I bring you here for 3 pieces of information. First, to warn you. What is to come, you cannot control. You can be part of, you can see, you can witness, you can pass on. But know that it is out of your hands. People lost, people die. No matter how much information you know, and you'll learn, you cannot stop this from happening. 2. Because you and others deemed it necessary to kill the fake gods, laws that dictate the power of gods have now been destroyed. Cacopial is now run rampant, and now I have to intervene. But I cannot intervene until she is dealt with, and then I'll deal with the aftermath. Lastly, I give you 1 year. 1 single year to figure out what to deal with the aftermath. And I'll weave the rest of it. Now, speak.
I would presume that you are some god of fate, the remnants of the 3 that ceased to be at this point. The one that melted away from Gladlin when he was destroyed, I'm guessing.
You would be wrong. I am much more
Then
ancient
enlighten
than
me.
they are. Let's just say I exceed the dragon god himself. He created the fates. You say that the word create exists, then you can say that I created him. Even he started off as a mortal once upon a time.
No names. That is quite all right.
If you need a name, if you need a title, then you can call me the Weave Mind.
Madam Web it is. Alright. I heard your movie was terrible. No,
You know what? I did not give them rights for that. That was bullshit.
there's a shit. Bring me back, Mary Jane. Alright. So no, he'll be like, whatever you wish to be called, so be it. I am well aware that I am new to my position. I have learned over many years that knowledge is something you obtain through hard work. I do not take this gift that I was given lightly. I do not pretend to understand it fully. That being said, I do not wish to insult anybody in particular by my actions or thought processes. I appreciate your warnings. I had no belief that I would have any way to alter the outcomes of what is to come without just my personal actions and my willpower to fight on, and the belief that the people I travel with, that I believe in, will be able to overcome what is ahead of us. I do not know the rules that dictate the gods, and if there's something important with that, it would be beneficial for us to know potentially, if you are willing to part with that knowledge. And for the third part of your statement, you are going to have to be a bit more specific as to what you mean by it is my decision what to do within that year. Because I do not understand your rules and the things that I might need to know.
She looks, she ponders. This would be easier if it was different. Let's put it like this. What is done has been done. There's nothing changed in that. Whether you kill her or she kills you, the 9 realms will get destroyed in less than 100 years. There has not been a god of lore in over 5,000 years. Therefore, this has never come to pass. There will come to a point where you'll see this coming, and you'll have to set upon a road, a path for the next wave of destined to follow and do what I gave Bahamut the ability to do. Create a new world.
So you are, if I'm correct in my assumption here, telling me that within 1 year, I must plan the fate of the world for the next 100 years before it is destroyed.
If you don't, then I will.
And if I decide that the fate of the world after 100 years is to not be destroyed?
Then I will take necessary steps, and I'll choose someone else to art the next one.
So my choices are to let the world die in 100 years and rebuild it, or choose to let it live and someone else will choose to destroy it and how it will be rebuilt.
It's a simple decision, no?
I'm just trying to understand the predicament.
She stands up politely, walks towards you, gets on one knee to put at level with you. Give it a few minutes once you return. The rest of the world will see. But what is happening upstairs? They will die no matter what. As days progress, they will lessen and nights will resume. And with longer nights, we'll reenact exactly what happened to the previous 9 realms. Because of Kokopil's interactions, because of her freedom, because of what she has done, unfortunately there's an imbalance. And whether or not she planned or not, this is exactly what happened to her home. I allowed her, her sister, and her father to escape. I granted them powers to be the new gods of their own worlds. I gave them thousands of years, and now she's repeating the same process that affected her world. Perhaps I did it wrong. Perhaps I gave a mortal powers they shouldn't have. You're a mortal who just gained powers. Perhaps it'll give me a better decision.
Well, I appreciate the vote of confidence. And I feel as though I don't have to answer you right this minute.
You don't have to answer me at
Correct
all.
me if I'm wrong. Then how am I to decide the fate for the next 100 years and beyond?
As time progresses, you'll learn. Your powers will teach you. They are an extension of me, of course. At least half of them are. For the God of Lore was once my title.
Well, then I shall inherit it with pride. And I will take all the knowledge that I earn and attempt to do better than the predecessor who did it before me.
We shall see. Until then, we will speak once again. But not until she's destroyed. Or you are. 1 and 2.
But that shall happen sooner than later.
She immediately grabs 2 scissors off the table. Really starts walking towards you with large golden scissors. Very well. As she just cuts the strands, that you should just immediately fall into the floor. We're gonna pause on
Real
you.
floor?
What's that?
Real floor or metaphysical floor?
Metaphysical floor.
Okay.
Like reality flips and you're gonna fall back into your body. While this is going on, we'll switch back over into the main party. Dira, Dahlia, anything you two want to do?
I'm still just making small talk and listening to people and trying to keep an eye on Hades and generally kind of getting slightly overloaded. But
You're keeping an eye on
trying
Silk?
to Silic, yes.
Okay.
Is the party starting to wind down for a bit?
Pretty much.
All right. I think we have a long day ahead of us tomorrow, and we best get some rest.
That seems like a good idea. Can you get your brother to do that?
What's he doing right now?
Silk's just leaning up against the wall, just chilling. He's not as drunk as he appears to be, but
Yeah.
he's got pretty good
Let's
chops.
kind of make our way back over there, and I think we're about ready to blow this party. How about you?
Yeah. It's
Don't think you're having any more fun than we are.
not even a little bit.
Shall we head out?
Let's get out of here.
I still have some business things to take care of, but I'll see you all in the morning.
Good night.
You sure you're all right by yourself?
I'll
She'll be fine.
All right.
Thank you, Zoe.
Just making sure.
You
I'm-
both take care.
All right.
Yeah. What were we saying?
Yeah, that's just, there's a lot of talk, but don't sound like anybody's planning to do anything right now, so. Just make sure you know what you're doing.
I can hold my own, and if something happens, I'm sure I can figure out a way to contact you guys.
All right. Good night.
Good night.
And
Dahlia.
I will head up to my room.
Dahlia heads off towards her chambers. What's Selma doing?
Soma's holding back right now. After you leave, he
Oh.
eventually leaves like 5 minutes later.
I'll cast, before I officially head up, I cast message to him and I'm like, meet me in my chambers in a few minutes. I have a business proposition for you. And then I go upstairs.
Okay. Yep, he waits a few minutes and he starts heading up.
When he gets there, Dahlia's just pacing kind of in the center of her room.
Just hear a knock on the door.
Come in.
Evening.
Evening. We're leaving to find Anima in the morning. And then off to, I suppose, fight Kokobiel right after. I need somebody to stay behind and rule the Shadowfell in my name.
Not a
I
bad
need
decision.
you to do it.
You want me to do it? You think that'd be wise? I mean, not too many people are fans that I was even with you. I mean, I'll do it if you want me to do it, but you thought this through?
Well, I'll be honest, you have more leadership experience than I do, and we need to stop Cacopio. She is the biggest threat to everyone, personal feelings aside, this realm included. So I need to make sure that we stop that threat and protect the Shadowfell. But I also need someone who's capable, who people already fear to an extent, and respect to an extent, to ensure that this place will not fall into complete mutiny by the time I come back. So that means I want you to stay behind.
Whatever you want. I'll take care of it.
Is that all? Any questions, comments, concerns?
Well, I've never ruled before it, but been under enough rulers that were assholes. I think I know how to do it right when they've done it wrong all this time.
And I know you want your revenge on Cacopio. So if you do this for me, and you come when I call, I can make sure you get that revenge when the time is right.
He just walks towards you. Look, it doesn't have to be a favor. I'm willing to do this for you. You want to allow me to help you out with Cacopia? I will. But I'll do this for you, no strings attached. You do what you need to do. I'll keep the seat warm for you.
I appreciate that. She just kind of hesitates a moment. All right. Business proposition done, I guess. Business is done. All right, fuck it. Take off your clothes.
I'm sorry?
I've already burned enough bridges tonight. Just want to feel something for once.
Yeah, all right. He starts taking off his shirt, sword.
All right. They go at it.
Fair enough. All right. They go at it for a night.
Fade to black.
As that's happening, the with the night closing down and most people leaving, Duracell go up in their room. As Hades, you pull back up, almost like a reversal effect back into your body. You immediately get pulled in, and you immediately see a vision, almost like this is the first time your ability's activating for you. As you immediately see what you know is the present, immediately falling down onto the realm itself. Not Shadowfell, but Averant, the central realm. The center of that realm immediately destroyed. Solgaria is now gone, and in its place a large black void of nothingness but pure black energy. Within it, Cacopio. And all you hear is words. With my shackles now gone, with fate now undecided, with destiny no longer restricting me, no one can stop me. And that's where we're going to end it.
Eek. No big deal. You got this, Hades. Punch her. Fireball.
Bleed on her.
Get some!
We'll stop her.
Wait, hold on. No, remember my eyes were all goofed up, so it's going to be bleeding. I'm bleeding on her.
All right. Thank you very much for watching the stream. Thank you for the follows. Check us out Thursday for Echoes Bahamut with the return of Seraphina. That being said, everybody have a fantastic night, and we'll see you Thursday. Good night.